My name's Mo Hussain. I'm a dad, I'm a coach, I'm a representative of my faith.
My name is Misha Harris. I am a daughter, I'm a sister.
My name is Louise Walker. I'm a mother, I'm an auntie.
My name is Douglas Blackwood. I'm a brother, I'm a partner.
My name is Halima Khan. I'm a friend, I'm a colleague.
Wayne Niles. I am a referee, I am an uncle, and most of all, I'm a black man.
I remember playing against sports as a junior and thinking, you know, will I ever get a go? Will I ever get picked? People of colour or people who look like me are just not present. As a child, you know, not going to sports games because of, you know, culture of certain sports. It has had an impact.
Recently, a club changed how they were structuring club sessions, and it meant a lot of women were excluded, including myself. And raising that at the club, it wasn't taken very seriously and we were dismissed.
The first person they see is a black man and in a referee's uniform. So there's a lot of prejudgments and preconceptions in whether I'm going to be good enough or whether I'm going to make the right decisions. Because I already see that judgment, I have to run twice as fast or try twice as hard and try and ensure that I don't get many decisions incorrect because of the impact that it would have.
One of my first experiences of experiencing any sort of discrimination was when I was quite young in an athletics club. We'd just done a relay and unfortunately we lost, which was quite gutting, but I was actually the one that was blamed, and a couple of the teammates went even further to say to me, "Oh, you're black, you're supposed to be able to run fast."
I definitely feel that as a woman of colour, it has an impact, but a lot of the times it's an undertone, so it isn't blatant a lot of the time. So sometimes I feel that I can't quite put my finger on it, but when I leave the situation and reflect and know that there's been either an undertone of racism or otherism or some form of bias involved.
Discrimination has played a massive part in my life, I'd say, from a young boy to a grown adult. They see the colour of my skin, they don't see my qualifications, they don't see my knowledge, they don't see my skills, my experience or the history that I bring.
If someone's being a passive bystander and not intervening when they think that something's been said that's inappropriate or that someone else is feeling hurt or upset by what's being said, it makes me feel unsupported. It makes me feel that they might think the same of what's been said or the behaviours.
It kind of makes you feel quite deflated.
I think betrayal, feeling isolated, and just quite sad really in environments where I should have been really having a good time or feeling supported, or that sense of teamwork and sort of togetherness.
If you are in a situation, you witness a situation happening and you choose to do something about it, you then become an active bystander.
I think if people witness things, especially maybe friends or colleagues or teammates, it's around sometimes maybe just checking in on someone afterwards, reporting something that you've seen. So being an active bystander can make a huge difference.
If people do speak out when they see injustice, it gives you that hope and that belief that actually having an ally, it kind of almost vindicates your kind of journey, I guess.
It gives you that confidence, it gives you that sense that actually what just happened here, it isn't something that should be happening to me.
It takes one person to speak up and then others will then think before they speak in other environments. It makes people who are a minority feel less than, feel like they're no longer a minority because they're being supported.
It's really important to be an active bystander because it gives you an opportunity and the confidence to be able to articulate and say, I'm not willing to be part of a club or be part of a society or be part of an organisation when nobody is speaking up, because that could be my auntie, my mum, my brother, my niece, my nephew, and I would in them situations want somebody to be able to speak up and stick up for them if they were experiencing discrimination.
There are a number of different ways that you can safely intervene in situations. There's direct, there's distract, you could delegate, document things that are happening, and then there's also the delayed approach.
Active bystander might directly confront the perpetrator, engage the people around them to stand up and say that's not okay, make sure that the victim of that abuse is okay and offer them the support following that.
A lot of people think that that is always directly doing something at the time, but actually it can mean a whole host of different things, and to me it's just taking some sort of action against behaviour that is not acceptable.
At its simplest level, nobody deserves any form of abuse.
The underlying factor is wrong, and you can't be wrong and strong, and we need to be, you know, if it doesn't feel right and it doesn't look right, it's not right.
Clubs and community activity providers can ensure that they've got robust policies in place that all of the club community are aware of, not just treating this as sort of a tick box exercise. It's part of the club culture that we treat each other with respect.
Having you know, more representative members who reflect the local communities, looking at the active bystander training, that can help.
I think we have to kind of go away from, or move away from the tokenistic gestures. There are courses out there. They could put that on for their volunteers, for their staff.
Being an active bystander can help the whole of society be a kinder, nicer place.
So the next time you witness discrimination,
What will you do?
What will you do?
What will you do?
what will you do?
What will you do?